Hi everybody, Centurion Leaf Spar here. This is going to be the 2017 end of the year BJD tag. Hope everybody is doing well. Sorry I got a little bit of coffee here. It's terribly cold. And I feel like I'm thirsting to death. Coffee really isn't good for quenching thirst, but I'm obsessed with it, so that's okay. If you're not familiar with the end of the year tag, which I'm terribly late to the game anyways, but that's okay. With tags, I always am, so it's the trend. I'm at least consistent. The questions will be down in the comment or the description box below, so if you want to jump on board because you've not done it yet, feel free to do so. It'll be fun. There are traditionally 9 questions. With some of these tags, I like to add my own question to it because it's something that I feel might need to be added to it or kind of pops into my head as I'm running through the questions, and I'll let you know which one of the questions is my own. It'll be question number 10. So to get right into it, question number 1, show us your doll family at the end of the year. These are the dolls that I have acquired just specifically throughout 2017, which I am new to the hobby, so I just started last year. I was not in the hobby prior to last year, so these are the only dolls that I have gotten. Anyways, I'll kind of name them off in the order in which I got them. Starting out, my mother gave me this one. This is a recast Sum Felonus. The next one I got was the Impel doll John Sculpt. He is on the Idol SGB body. The next one that came in was the Granado Vin doll with the Udell, which I think is the only one that exists right now, Udell sculpt. Followed by these two guys are Long Soul, and I always screw up their names, Suzu, whatever. I'll type it down here. And then Impel doll Chad, which is on the Idol TGB bodies. They are actually different, and I had to strip him down in order to really see the difference. The differences are very subtle, and the sizes are different, which this isn't going to be a body comparison video. But they are different, only slightly, and the sculpting is slightly different, which means I'll do a body comparison video at some point. Probably next, probably right after this. Anyways, how many videos did you make this year? I made a total of 26, and I do believe every single one of them was doll related, even though one of them is slightly questionable in the sense of one of them is about tripod mount, which is what is being used right now. But I only filmed doll related videos with the exception of periodically some tarot card videos. I think it's 2. Question number... I got lost already. That's a shock. What was the very first video that you filmed this year, and what was it about? Oh, by the way, I'm also new to YouTube as of this year, and I got into YouTube because of the hobby, the BJD hobby, which was about unboxing William, which is the Impel doll John Sculpt. And I'll post some pictures kind of in this area over here. I'll pop that thumbnail up and link the video in case you want to see it if you haven't been with me that long. It's a wreck of a video if I really look back that far, because the very first part of the video got entirely corrupted. So it starts out with me talking about now that we're in this direction, which is a top down, so there is no intro. And I didn't go back and fix it and edit. I just left it. It's a mess. It's fun though. It's a good unboxing, decent at least. How many pictures did you take / upload this year to any social media that is doll related? So what I did and maybe this is lazy of me, I don't know. I just went on Instagram because that's really the only place I upload anything or post anything. I just saw how many posts I made, which was 279 posts. But not all of those are me taking pictures of my dolls. Which leads into another question down in here, because obviously I've participated in some giveaways and I've boosted a couple of my friends' sales and stuff like that. So that's me reposting other posts. So, give or not, I've posted 279 posts on Instagram, if that's where you want to go. Very first picture of the year was when I received him, the recasted Felonious, and I started working on his fantasy parts, and I made the attempt at blushing the sculpted fur on the tops of his hands. It's not the very first picture on my Instagram, but it's the very first picture that I took myself and uploaded to Instagram. Because I think there's like 1 or 2 pictures that were like idea boards. But I don't... Because it says the first picture of the year. So I'm taking it as the first picture that I took. And that's what it is. And I will get it popped up right over there too. Number 6, tell us the best thing that happened to you this year in the hobby. And it has to be meeting the people of the KE, because they have been a phenomenal support group for me through a lot of good things and a lot of bad things that have happened in the hobby. And the Good Vibes group, lots and lots and lots of good people. And not to mention people outside of that group that I talk to on the daily. Just so many good people. Receiving the dolls that I have managed to collect throughout this year has been a blessing, because I feel grateful that I've been able to get them and, you know, have these things and build my collection. But because of them and getting into the hobby, I've met some phenomenal people. So to me, the most important part of this whole thing has really been the community aspect of it. So realistically, just meeting the people. Worst thing that has happened to you in the hobby. To be honest and frank, witnessing all of, and I'm going to try to be specific and delicate with this statement as much as I honestly can. Witnessing a lot of the posts on Instagram that are blanket statements that target recast owners, that bully people and recast owners, because I am one, obviously, that specifically say things like, you are not a valuable person because of the things that you own. And that's just a terrible thing. I can understand people's point of view, and that's phenomenal. And I can understand people sharing their point of views, but there's no reason to post things that come across so hateful. And that has probably been the worst thing that has happened to me specifically in the hobby, is reading things that are just so blindly hateful. To get off that subject, before I get way up on a soapbox, which I really try to avoid on my channel. Number 8, which is a definitely change of subject. Show us the 3 favorite things that you have got this year in the hobby for your crew. I'm going to avoid these 2 little guys because I count them directly into my crew because of who they are. I have no place for things. So, to start with, I got... Ooh, my camera. I'm using my mirror again. I know I say that all the time. I got this sword and this dagger from Brandon, BC's art. Which, I'm going to try to get this really close to my camera, and hopefully it doesn't freak out. If you can see the bat. It's not the only reason I love it, but it's one of the giant reasons that I absolutely adore this. These were made due to a trade, but they were made specifically for two of my characters. One was for the vampire. You're not the vampire's hands. One was for the vampire, and one was for the werewolf. So they were themed weapons that we did, or he did, in a trade for me. So like this one has the werewolf fur, and it's green and gold. And the edges, I don't know if this picks it up on the camera, but like the edges are beveled and it's distressed. So that's one. Two, I'm going to try to pick up, and she is a beast within herself. She came from Libby, Wino and Dolly's, as a part of a Secret Santa, right at Christmas, Secret Santa. And I'm going to start working on this project as soon as the official holiday ends for me at work and all of that madness, which I adore her. And most of my characters have some form of... I know I'm kind of slipping out of frame. I normally don't sit this far over, but I wanted to get all of these guys in frame to do this. And the third thing... Let me finish my previous statement. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Most of my characters will have some form of pet. And I'll really get into this when I go and do a abbreviated or abridged kind of storytelling on my characters. Most of them will have a pet. Some of the pets can be seen by everyone, some of them cannot. Like these two little guys, no one can see them. Only David can see them. They're really strong representations of the bad and the good that he deals with, because he did lose all of his memories and such on and so forth. So when he struggles with right and wrong, they're literal representations of kind of the devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder. So a lot of my characters will have pets, and that's kind of where the dragon will come into in my story. The third thing that I received... This is going to be a struggle. Oh, no, not a struggle. Are you? No, you're not. You're not poking out. Is a vest. Ooh, that was almost a finger. Was a vest from Kohaku Creations. As a part of a contest, actually. It was... And when I reshelled David, this vest has always been intended for David. So, David is now officially wearing it. Which is amazing. And if you've never seen any of her other vests, she makes all kind of vests and custom vests. It's not a sales video. but I love them. You should check them out. But this is probably, or no, not probably, this is definitely my third favorite thing that I've gotten this year. It is my most favorite piece of doll clothing that I own. Come on, knees, work. Sit, boy. So, there we go. I've lost my questions. Give me a moment. There we go. And that's the other thing that I was talking about, how I met some amazing people. Everything that I have gotten that I have really, really enjoyed from my, or for my crew, have come from people that I now call friends, and have been incorporated into my story as, you know, integral parts of my story. Like, David is a biker. The dragon will belong to Bernard here, the Vendal, who is a shaman. The weapons who will belong to the vampire and the werewolf. They're all going to be key elements into the story, which means, you know, my friends get to participate in the story. That it's a really amazing concept how this hobby and the community can really work. Let's see. Number 9. What is your New Year's resolution? I really hate New Year's resolutions because every time I've set them, I tend to fail at them miserably because they get called New Year's resolutions. I have some goals that I have set. Like, at bare minimum, I want to take more pictures of my dolls and get them posted to Instagram on a more regular basis, because last year I didn't really do that often. And it's not that I feel the pressure to do it for other people, because I want to gain followers or anything like that. I just want to do it because it's something I enjoy doing. So I want to set aside that personal time to really do it for myself, and spend that time, because I want to start even making photo stories, even if they're like one image photo stories that kind of captures, excuse me, a single slice of time, if I can, that tells a moment that of what's going on. And if I can do that a couple of times a week, maybe over 3 images, and can compile that in and do something like that, that's one of the things. Another one of the goals, I want to really start compiling a wardrobe for the guys. So if you look, like, he's not wearing pants because David is wearing William's pants. Well, they fit, you know, him better. So they're sharing pants. The Bernard, the Vendal, he's got a few more clothing items because I ordered them from Granado, but I really don't like the style of them. It was just kind of an opportunistic purchase because he was coming in and they were kind of on sale, but it keeps him from being naked, but I don't like them. So it's just wardrobe time, because there's no way to really change up their clothes if they don't exist. Number 10, which was the question that I added to the tag. Is there one purchase you made this year that you ultimately regret making? And what that is, for me, it was a Taobao order that I made after I ordered him, before he came in. And I think that's the criteria to why I regret making this order. He's not wearing it anymore, and I'm not going to get up and go get it. Several items in that order don't fit any of my dolls. But if you look on my Instagram, there's a snowy picture of a big coat with a fur hood. That's the only item that fits any of my dolls. None of the other items really fit. And I don't know if that's my fault, or whenever I was filling out the order, the custom section wasn't honored by the company that I sent it to. I really don't. It was my very first time placing an order on Taobao. Not really sure. But almost none of the other clothing items fit, which was like a full 3-piece suit, which with the way how William would dress, I really needed the 3-piece suit to work out. Even if the undershirt didn't fit, the jacket, the pants, and the vest, it'd been really nice if that did. Was it incredibly expensive? It was $48, and it doesn't fit, so I'm probably going to work on trying to resell it. But if it's a custom size, I don't know who it would fit. So, anyways. Hope everyone enjoyed the tag. Hope everyone enjoyed the information. That's going to be all from now. I'm sure I rambled on long enough. I have no idea how long this video was because I can't see the timer in the mirror. Love yourself, love each other, love your dolls, and have a great time. And I hope everyone enjoys 2018 and has a wonderful rest of the year.